I'm Ricky Walter, and we're sitting in Ag Supply in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. I'm with David LaRue, and we're just looking at untreated soybeans, and we're going to be looking at the emergence and the inconsistency of the stand, and also maybe some insect pressure.
So the first thing we want to look at here on untreated soybeans is the insect coverage you would get with an insect seed treatment. So we've got an example here, a couple examples here of, we've got a bean leaf beetle here, and you can start to see some feeding on that. That's just starting to happen. As well, we've seen a soybean plant down here that's been clipped off. So with the untreated, you know, you're going to lose stand just because of the insect pressure that's out there.
David talked about the insect pressure and what that's doing. We're going to talk about our basic stand and the uniformity of the stand, and then where we have skips in this. If you focus in on this area here, it looks like we've got a decent stand of beans. We've got one here that's going to be probably a weed because it's behind and it didn't come up uniform with the other ones. As you scan on down, we've got a section here of about 7 inches where we don't have a bean at all. And then of course we got this little runt coming up, but we don't see the uniform stand as we do when we have treated beans. Now we've switched over. We went from an untreated section of beans to a treated, same variety. We want to show you some of the differences in here that we're seeing that we saw over there and kind of compare the two.
Okay, so as Ricky said, we moved over to the treated soybeans, and in this treatment specifically, it's our Cadillac seed treatment, Warden CX, which contains 3 fungicides and an insecticide, thiamethoxam. And we're going to show you the difference in the stand here. So one of the important things we see with the Warden CX is that increased vigor and more plant mass that you're seeing there. And in years like this where we got wet, cold weather, that's going to be essential to getting that stand up and going and giving you that good start to the yield potential that you're looking for.
Again, we're in the Warden CX spot with these beans. I want you to notice how uniform they came up and how we don't really see any insect pressure in them. These beans are looking great.
Yeah, I think what you'll see is that increased in vigor as well. You got a lot more biomass already up, and especially in years like this when we need to get that plant up and growing, when we've had all the wet and cold weather that we've had, this is going to get you an advantage to get that stand that you need.
So what we've done now is we've pulled out a potato fork, which is about 7 inches of each one of these treatments, and we're going to kind of demo each one. This one right here is in this section. This is the untreated that we dug up, and this is in this section. This is a basic seed treatment, which is a lot less active ingredients than what is in our Warden.
This section right here is the Cadillac seed treatment we talked about, the Warden CX with the thiamethoxam insecticide. This is the Warden RTA, but we added some of the methanoxam to get it up to the same rate as the CX and without the insecticide.
So in the untreated section, same thing we saw out in the field. We're seeing an inconsistent seed emergence. We've got a little one, big one, little, medium size. We don't have that uniformity there. The basic seed treatment, we're getting a little bit more uniform with this basic, but like I said, it's a basic seed treatment. It's not going to be the Cadillac. We're probably not seeing, it's a little bit behind some of these, I think, because when we see seed treatment, sometimes it takes a little bit longer for that to come up out of the ground when we have a seed treatment on it.
So when we look at the other insecticide or fungicide only seed treatment here with the high rate of the fungicides in there, you can see the emergence is the same, uniformity is good, a little more vigor than what we see with the seed treatment over here with the lower rates of actives. And then down here with the insecticide added to it, you can also see the uniformity, the vigor as well. But one thing you want to key on here is that you can look in there on some of these leaves is the insect feeding on here. So that's what that insecticide of the thiamethoxam is bringing you, is the protection on that, on those young seedlings. We showed you a lot of the benefits of the different seed treatments out here, but what's this all mean to you? So we got uniformity, vigor, insect protection, and the disease protection that we're looking for in the Warden CX. And so what's that mean to you? Well, when you're out there, you need a uniform stand, you need that vigor, and you need a young, healthy plant to maximize that yield potential that you're looking for in your soybean fields.
We're looking forward to using this in a double crop system, even though a lot of guys think that seed treatment's not necessary for a double crop. Last year we saw that in many fields. We saw Pythium in a lot of fields last year, and with the weather that's coming out and the weather that we've had with this rain, we'll probably have more diseases. So I think a seed treatment is a definite, and but just what we've shown you, Warden CX should be the top of the line, should be the first choice.
So it's June 1st, I'm at the Antrim plot in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, and our soybeans have been in the ground about a month. And I'm standing in the seed treatment block, and I want to show you a couple of things real fast. Seed treatment, we've got a good stand, and most people think, well, the value of seed treatment, that's all it's for. But depending on what's in your seed treatment, there may be a lot more to the value of applying the right thing on that seed whenever you go to the plant. So I wanted to start right here. And this is a good seed treatment. This has 3 active ingredients from a fungicide perspective, no insecticide. And you can tell, got a really good stand. Things came up well, very uniform. This would be the highest rate of Apron XL that you can have, mefenoxam, for your Phytophthora and your Pythium. This will include fludoxonil as your base fungicide, and then also Sedexane to increase your root health and also your rhizoctonia control. But no insecticide. And we'll get down here and we'll look, and you'll notice a lot of shot holing. You'll notice a lot of plants that have got holes in them from where the bugs have been eating on them, whether that's bean leaf beetle, might be some thrip damage. You see some crinkliness on leaves that very well, don't know that it is, but very well could be thrips. But you see a lot of damage on these soybeans. You jump over to the row right beside it, and you pan out and you get a big view. First thing I notice is there's definitely a vigor difference in these next 4 rows. These 4 rows are the exact same as the previous we just looked at, except they have thiamethoxam, which is Cruiser, as the insecticide. It has a very nice rate to give you very good early season control of your insects. And even though, this time of year we don't generally get too concerned with insects, I can notice, and I can zoom in here and notice that, I've got very, very vigorous, healthy looking soybean plants with very few shot holes in them. Now keep in mind, the bugs have to eat to get the insecticide, but they've eaten just a little bit. There's one right there where the bug ate a little bit, and then they're gone. They either killed him or he moved on to greener pastures where he wouldn't get hurt near as bad. So to sum it up, your seed treatment matters, and it goes way past just getting a good quality stand.